What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So I'm guessing most of you have already seen this particular cinematic that was dropped by the developers for Gotham Knights. It was kind of silently dropped, and if you actually check the engagement surrounding it, it's probably not crossed a few 100,000 views in terms of people who know about this or have seen this. If you look at the YouTube video from the official Gotham Knights channel, it's still tracking under 30,000 views. If you maybe compare other sources that have posted the video or even talked about it, I think we're somewhere below a few 100,000 views in the sense of maybe 2 to 250 actually. That's the number that I'm estimating, but it could be more. And the reason I estimated this is because if you compare, say, to the 15-minute gameplay that was dropped by IGN, that video is going close to 900,000, probably 1 million in a few days. And so I think more people would probably be served to see something like this. Now, this trailer did not drop something that we did not necessarily perceive in its totality. I think it's a mixture. There's some aspects of this particular cinematic that actually shows some of what we thought would be going on, like the Knights trying to deal with the death of Bruce Wayne and, even maybe some of the different relationship dynamics that they're still trying to sort out. So obviously we see Dick Grayson pretty much sulking, and they need to remove him from this sulky mode, man. Come on, Dick. I mean, you are going to be one of the bearers of the cowl, so you need to kind of just, toughen up a little bit. Bruce will not want you to be looking like this, even though, yes, you fought with him before you went to Bloodhaven. Get over it. And I think Barbara kind of slaps him out of that in this particular, cinematic, which is actually the really cool thing about it. The dynamic is between the different Knights to get themselves through the challenges that they're facing since he's actually been gone. Another really interesting thing that stood out here was apparently Barbara and Dick Grayson were in a relationship previously, or probably maybe when Batman was still alive and running things among the family members. And so they do highlight it here. Now, this is very critical because this does something that's very, very different from what we got to see in Batman Arkham Knight. Those of you who know, Arkham Knight presented a whole nother world with Barbara and Tim Drake in a relationship. They actually got married, I think, towards the end of that game, because for some reason, I think the developers probably thought it wise that it would actually go that direction. So you have a younger Tim Drake in Gotham Knights, and then you have an older one in the Arkham game. So this probably should clue a lot of people in that both games are radically different in their presentation, radically different in their timeline, and a lot of the events are all over the place. So I think that really sets out the distinctive, and whoever must have picked this cinematic to actually reveal probably did it on purpose so that we could actually see these very glaring differences. And finally, something that I felt was really emphasized here, in a sense, was some sort of the hierarchy of the different Knights. So right now that Batman is gone, it's almost a natural progression that Dick Grayson, who is kind of the older of all of the different family members in a sense, and I say older because that's quite somewhat subjective. Depending on the universe you're looking at, it could be that Dick Grayson is a baby at some point. But I would say in this universe, it appears that he's playing the role of what one of the interviewers called the elder statesman. In a sense, he seems to be the one responsible for the way the Knights are going to continue Bruce's legacy. And so it's also highlighted here because he's kind of freaking out. He's gotten a huge, responsibility in a sense. And in order for him to be able to execute that, I think that's where the pressure is kind of getting to him. So they're showing this particular thing just for us to see a little bit of the story dynamic, to kind of see how this game is going to tell its own story, how it's going to approach the different Knights, and possibly set it apart from the biggest correlation people are making in today's video game world on the internet, which is Marvel Avengers, which is kind of interesting because the Avengers did have a very strong relationship, but apparently Marvel's Avengers, in terms of the way that Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics put that game together, did not necessarily define too heavily what universe they were in. And it's also challenging as well to make a video game for an already established cinematic universe that was very popular. So Avengers faced its own problems, and I don't think Gotham Knights is going to face those same problems. They already took the time to beat it on drums, beat it on the rooftops, that this is its own universe. There was enough time to do so as well. And even though I still argue that there was some sort of a bait and switch at the unveiling of this game, in the 2 years that we've had a lot of information, this game is starting to set itself apart every single day. In fact, it set itself so much apart that the TV show that tried to copy its name even went dark and silent while its promotion is going on. That's how much this game is going to be distinct. And the TV show, shame on them once again. I decided that I'd just throw it in there because I'm not really happy with them, and I'm sure many people are not happy with them for trying to confuse audiences and piggyback their TV show off of a video game that has just struggled to get where it is. I'm hoping that the Batgirl phenomenon hits the Gotham Knights TV show in one way or one form, because that's just really weird. But anyways, sorry, I took it personally. I don't know why. I'll talk to you guys in another video. Let me get off the air before you guys see how salty I can be in situations like these. Thanks so much for watching the video. Peace out.